Hello, I'm Katrina Martin, your certified tax coach and tax whisperer, here to talk to you about some tax updates, right? We know it's tax time. The IRS recently announced that they're going to start accepting electronic individual tax returns starting January 23rd. So that is right around the corner. So a couple things I want you to be mindful of as taxpayers is make sure you gather all of your documents, right? Because I know a lot of people are getting electronic W-2s now. However, forms are not required to come out from employers or anybody that owes you any tax forms like 1099s, W-2s, all of those forms. They're not required to come out to you until January 31st, right? So even if you received your W-2, there's forms that are going to come after the fact, like your medical forms and all of those things. So make sure that you don't rush to file, and make sure you gather all your documents and get all your ducks in a row, because what happens is if you file and the forms that you later receive, the IRS also receives those forms. They'll later send you a letter in the sometime in the summertime saying that their documents don't match what you filed, and they'll want to question you on that. And people get a little bbit afraid when they get those letters, right? So to avoid that, make sure you get your ducks in a row before filing. Also, if you're going to receive anything like the earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credits, any of those credits, there's this law that's been in effect for several years called the PATH Tax Act, which means the IRS is going to hold those returns until February 15th. So no matter when you file, those returns are going to be held and the payments on refunds on those are going to be held up until February 15th. So I'm talking real fast because I want to make sure that I cover quite a few things. And talking about tax advisors, how to find a tax preparer, I recommend never using anybody that's going to be like a ghost preparer, where it's going to make it look like you're self-filing your return, right? So a couple things that you look for with a tax professional is enrolled agents. I'm an enrolled agent. We master tax law, right? So IRS has recognized us as having the highest licensing, that we understand tax law, taxation, and help individual taxpayers, right? So, and businesses as well. Also, CPAs. Some CPAs don't do taxes, but some do. And also tax attorneys. Typically, they work on audit issues and defending you against the IRS and that sort of thing, right? However, I want to make sure that you also don't compare yourself to anybody else. There's no two apples alike. You can work the same job as somebody else, make the same amount of money, and your refund or your tax bill is going to be totally different, because there's always variables to consider. If you're looking for a tax professional, feel free to hit me up, hit the link in my bio, and I look forward to talking to you, and happy tax season 2022.